Today we're going to export this soccer ball animation from Maya and import the rig and animation into Unreal 4. Let's start by opening the ball bounce soccer ball file that's been provided. Next, we're going to open the outliner. You can do this one of two ways. You can either click on the hide show outliner icon on the left-hand side of the screen, which will open up the box, or you can go to Windows, down to outliner, and left click, and that will open up the outliner. Inside the outliner, we're going to navigate to the geometry and the joint main. We're going to do this by clicking on the plus mark next to Anim ball main, then the plus mark next to ball group. First, we're going to go to the mesh group. So click on the plus mark again, and click on the plus mark for ball type group. Inside, we're going to left click select on the football 1 ball geometry. Next, we're going to go down to the CNT GRP group and left click on that plus mark. Then we're going to the control bottom group right here in the middle. Click on the plus mark, and then click on the plus mark for control bottom. Now, for the Mac, you're going to hold the command down and left click to select the joint main. If you're using a PC, you're going to hold the control down and then select the joint main. Basically, we only want to have the geometry and the joint main selected. Next, we're going to export the rig and animation separately. To do this, we're going to use export selection. So we're going to go up to File, down to Export Selection, and left click on Export Selection. First, we're going to create a new folder, and you can name this what you wish. I'm going to call it Maya to Unreal. And open that file. Next, go down to Types of Files, and in this drop-down menu, go down to FPX Export. Inside the option window, go to Geometry. Make sure that Smoothing Groups, Smoothing Mesh, and Reference Assets are checked. Now, since we're going to be exporting the rig, we don't want the animation, so under the Animation tab, left-click to uncheck Animation. Now we're going to name the file name soccer ball underscore rig. And then we can export that selection. You're going to get a warnings and error, and that's okay. There's nothing that has shown up, and we can just close this. With the geometry and the joint main still selected, I'm going to go back to the export selection by left clicking on File, go back to Export Selection. I'm going to select Soccer Ball Rig and just rename that to Soccer Ball Anim. Then in the Options menu, navigate to the Animation dropdown and left-click on Animation. Make sure under Bake Animation, it is giving you Bake Animation is checked. Start is at 0, and it ends at frame 24, because this piece of animation is 24 frames long. Once that is set, we can export selection. And again, you can close the warning. So at this point, we should have our selections exported. And you can see in my file here, I have my soccer ball anim FBX and my soccer ball rig FBX. The next video, we will be importing our FBX files into Unreal.